It's been a while since I've done a crypto update, but in this video, I think it's long overdue because everything seems very uncertain in the crypto space, and sometimes it pumps, sometimes it dumps, and that's usually how it is. But nowadays, with everything going on around the world, we have a lot of uncertainty all over the world, including in the crypto space. So for that reason, this video is long overdue, and I'm going to go over everything in this video. Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. My name is Eli HM, and welcome to the channel. So let's make a quick update about the market overall, and I'm going to give you a clear perspective of how I think we're looking and what signs I'm looking out for to decide that, okay, we're bearish, so I'll just sell everything or sell most of my position. But just to give you a straight up answer, I have not sold any of my positions and I am still bullish overall, even though everything's uncertain and it could go either way. If it goes up, I can tell you, hey, I told you it's going to go up. And if it goes down, no one will remember what I said anyway. So that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is to give you a rational way to look at the markets overall and to give you my personal view on the market. Obviously, none of this is financial advice. But before I begin, I would really appreciate if you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell just so you don't miss any updates about the crypto space or the NFT space. So let's start by taking a look at the overall market cap. Now, taking a look, the market cap is at 1.7 trillion. It dropped pretty much a good amount, and Bitcoin is sitting at 38k, which is basically stable, and Ethereum 2.5k, which is lower than the all-time high obviously, but still relatively stable. Now, question you guys have on your mind is, are we in a bear market? Is it over? This is it. Do I sell everything? And the answer is no, we are still not in a bear market, and I'm going to tell you my reasons behind why I think that we're still not in a bear market, and because there are some very clear signs that we're still bullish. Now, to understand the whole reasoning behind what I'm saying, you have to understand one thing. The reason why price goes up is because there are more buyers than sellers. And the reason why price goes down is that there are more sellers than buyers. In this case, take a look at Bitcoin. We have lows and we have higher lows. So what this means is that people were buying Bitcoin at 28k back in June. And back in January 31st, or 24th right here, people didn't wait for it to go down to 28k. They were like, okay, I'm buying right here. I'm not going to wait till it goes down further. Now, this is the simplest sign that shows you that we are still in a bull market. Even though I don't like this action, but what really proves to me that we're still in a bull market is if you take a look at Ethereum, for example. Let's take a look at ETH against USDT, and then we'll take a look at a different one. Looks almost identical to Bitcoin. Same thing, lows and higher lows. The other sign that shows us that we're still good overall, if you take a look at Ethereum against Bitcoin, take a look at the lines I've drew. So we see we have consistent higher lows right here, meaning that, again, people are willing to pay more for ETH. They're not waiting for it to retrace back down to 0.055 against Bitcoin. They're just buying in at 0.06 and 0.065 in this case. Now, if we break this line right here, this line of support right here, it could get ugly. However, we still have a few other lines of support, which is this one right here and this one right there. So as long as we're not breaking this line, let me draw this horizontal line right here. As long as we're not breaking this line, I think we're fine overall. Even though I would hate for it to go down there, and let's be real, it may do that. But overall, when altcoins, aka ETH and other altcoins, are performing that well against Bitcoin, this is not bear market action. This is bull market action, even though it's not the prices that we would like to see. But again, always zoom out and take a look at where we were before. On December of 2020, or let's say January of 2021, which is about a year and 2 months ago, we were down here and now we're up there. So overall, we're good. I really don't want to be the guy that tells you when in doubt, zoom out and be that guy that gives hopium. What I want to tell you is if you're someone who feel like this volatility is getting to you and you're having trouble sleeping at night and overall you're not comfortable in holding that much crypto, maybe dial it back down and sell some of your positions. Take some chips off the table just so you are more sane about the current states of the market, because it's definitely very volatile. It's probably the most volatile market of them all, minus the NFT space, but overall it's very volatile to the point where if you invest more than you can actually risk to lose, you're going to lose because you're going to lose your mind. Another factor that shows me that we are still good is not just comparing Ethereum. If you take a look at Bitcoin dominance, just take a look at what we're seeing right here. So usually in bear markets, Bitcoin dominance rises up the most. Bitcoin dominance is sky high when things are going down. For example, right before 2017, 2018, we saw a huge rally in altcoins. The altcoin season where the ICOs were pumping and everything was pumping. Look at Bitcoin dominance. It dropped all the way from 68 down to 36%. Before the April-May surge and everything, when everything pumped, if you take a look at this, we saw Bitcoin climb down a lot. What we see when we take a look here, first of all, some people might say this is a double bottom or a triple bottom in that case. What I do see here is consistent lower lows and consistent lower highs, which is a bearish sign in that case. This just shows that overall Bitcoin is underperforming against altcoins and specifically Ethereum in this case. And if you take a look at the other chart, which is the inverse, clearly it's going to be doing higher lows and higher highs. Also, if you take a look at this one, as I said, we have higher highs. Someone can call this a triple top, but I do see this as a higher high, this one with that one. And then you take a look, we have lower highs. So overall, we're still looking good. Until we break this and start falling down, I'm not worried. And to add to that, until we see Bitcoin break 28K or this level right here, a clear breakout, meaning that we see this go down. We don't sell over here. We wait for a breakout, and then we wait for it to do this, and then we see do this. Then this is a cause for concern because a lot of altcoins are going to bleed a lot when this happens. And guys, I'm not going to be here to predict whether this will happen or not. It may happen, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you one perspective, is that when things go down that much, so in this case, we have a 50% correction, try to stay away from selling. If I do something, I would be buying. Obviously, none of this is financial advice, but if there's something you should be doing at discounts like these, is buying or not doing anything at all. Selling is probably, again, I don't want to tell you not to sell if you have to, but I wouldn't sell prices like these. To give you perspective on that, on the day everything went bad in Ukraine, look what happened. We see this drop in Ethereum overall from here to there, and then everything dropped down to 2.2K. Everyone was panicking. Literally, the amount of people who sold or who I saw selling on Twitter was insane. Now, personally, at this point, I felt like, okay, I think I should sell. Like, this was my instinct. But then I told myself, this is not a time to sell. If I'm feeling that emotional about it, I just stepped away from the computer. I turned off the charts, everything, and I waited. Next day, I wake up, it recovered well back to 3K. Now, even though it's back down now, the point is, when we have very high volatility, stay away from it. When we have peak fear, if there's something you should be doing, is buying. When we have peak euphoria, which is everything going up, if there's something you should be doing, is selling. So this is basically how it's going to work. Now, a few key things I want you to look out for, which would give us a sign that maybe you should pack our stuff and leave for the short or medium term. If you see this breaking down below 2K or even 1.7K, so if we break below this, right here, this area. So let's say we go down, then consolidate down, and then you see us rolling over and then going down, then this may be a sign for concern, even though this could be a good support at 1400. But if we see this, then this would be a cause for concern. However, is it that likely? Obviously, no one can know what will happen and no one can tell for certain. This could be possible, but from the way I see it, I don't see it going down anymore. Or if it goes down, it will probably get supported at around 2K or even 1.8K range. But overall, I still think we're looking good. If there's one key takeaway that I need you to take from this video is this. Whether you are someone who bought up here or down there, just think of one thing. Overall, long term, if you believe in Ethereum or the whole crypto space or altcoins or a specific altcoin that you like, or you just have conviction that it's going to go up, whether this goes down to 1.4K or then goes up to 4K, 4.5K, whether it moves or consolidates over here, if you're sticking to the method that I always tell you to stick to, and which is the easiest thing to do, which is dollar cost averaging, meaning buying when it goes down or buying when it goes up, or setting a certain timeline where you buy no matter what. Let's say every 2 weeks you're going to buy some. So you end up buying some here, some there, some there, some there, some there, whatever. So what this does is it spreads your risk out very evenly. And what would happen is, in the long run, if overall you believe that Ethereum's chart is going to do something like this, where it's going to go up and then keep going up and then correct and then go up and then correct and then go up, eventually in the long run, you are going to be winning, because at the end of the day, ETH is going to go to 10K, then 12K, then 15K. I'm not saying it's going to go to these levels by the end of this year, which I think we can see at 12 or 15K ETH by the end of this year, but that's not the point of this video. Overall, long term, if ETH goes to 15K, whether you buy now or you buy next week when it drops to 1400, or you buy next week when it goes to up to 4K, it's not going to matter in the bigger picture. So that's it for this video. I needed to give you a perspective on everything that's going on, because I know a lot of people are fearful in these times, and I'm just trying to give you a perspective of how I see things and how I approach things in this space. So that's it for me, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new here. Don't forget to join my Discord, where we can just chat, hang out. You can ask me questions or whatever you want to do, and subscribe if you're new here if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.